The giant poster ads in the windows that scream at the thousands of drivers passing each day belie the quiet, relaxing warmth found in the Calico Cat book and gift shop. The warmth isn't so much from the building, which they renovated, or the unique trinkets and statues that one can find in the store. It comes from owner Marcia Duncan and her husband Jim. They shared a little bit of their story with Patch.com on a rainy Saturday afternoon. It's a story that starts in Manchester and moved to downtown Saline, and at the height of the collectibles craze, to a famous Saline landmark. Now the Duncans are back in their Michigan Avenue location, and after 36 years of business, they plan to close the doors for good this year. Here is the story of the Calico Cat.
Well,
she's a lover of cats.
I was in Manchester trying to think of a good name for my store, and that name kept coming up in my mind, and I'm thinking, well, I wanted to carry Christian books in my store, and I didn't know if that would be appropriate, so I started to call ministers, and they all said, well, that would be great. And I started to call the last one, and I thought, Marcia, you got your answer, go for it. So it's the Calico Cat Book and Gift Shop. We had a wonderful business. We had 7,000 square feet, and we had children's books in the lower level, and we were just having a great time until everything fell apart. Started here, and we restored this building, and then the church was up for sale, and I kind of got some grandiose ideas about how great that would be, and we finally were able to purchase that. And we had a wonderful contractor, a wonderful interior designer, and they helped us restore that whole building. And interestingly enough, it's full of stained glass windows, but they're all flowers. So it wasn't objectionable to people who came in. And in fact, it was a very, very relaxing place for people to come.
Well, it looks beautiful now. So
Yes,
is that
it is.
the result of a lot of the work you guys did?
Yes, yeah, we did it all.
She said I said we're just gonna do a little touch up. We ended up taking the whole floor out because it was not safe. Electrical, air conditioning, all new furnaces.
We had to take everything down to the last.
A couple $100,000 later, it was ready.
Wow.
We've tried to have nice things for the whole family. Not junk, but just nice things that you can buy for a gift or for yourself. We've specialized in children's literature, which was my real love. And the children loved coming down into the church because we had so much room down there, and we carried just about everything. We had a store kitty, 3 store kitties.
What were their names?
Callie, Duchess, and Marmee.
Okay.
And they now are retired, living good lives. But that brought so many people in, and they just loved the people.
We used to sell a ton of the Beanie Baby, half of them, and cancel the back order, so every month you'd reorder. We'd get in on a given day about 2,000. We'd tell one child, would tell his friend at school, tomorrow we're gonna have beanies. We allowed 1 per person. At the end of the day, all 2,000 were gone. It didn't just crash, but it sure started down.
We had about 21 different collectible lines, and most retailers did. And people came from all over the country twice a year to Indiana to attend conventions, meet the artists, get autographs and all that kind of thing. And it was like everybody left the room and somebody turned out the light because they all died at once.
The collectibles.
The collectibles. You can only collect so many things. There were a few that kept going, like the Hummel, but most of them just went. So retailers had to figure out what they were going to bring in to fill that gap as far as money coming in the door.
Right.
And there wasn't anything. And that's when stores like ours started to go. But we also do a big Christmas business. And as things narrowed and then the economy started to go, people have just so much money to spend. And places like Walmart the big box stores are going to take away from what we have because they can discount so heavily.
Mm-hmm.
And so we began to feel that crunch.
About 05 or 06.
05, we came back here, and this was a Christmas shop. This was all Christmas, so we had to make it into a year-round shop.
Another thing hurting business was the vacant Kelly building, which last week reopened as Manjamos.
We've noticed a difference already this week. They've been open 1 week.
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable
In the last
difference.
few days, we've had pretty good days here, just because people walking by.
When we had the church, we were the draw.
Mm-hmm.
People came from all over just to experience the church. And the restaurant was open, and so this was kind of a thriving downtown area. But we've lost a couple of retail places, and you can't just be just a few to bring people to town. You
Yeah.
gotta have more than that.
Usually the summer is a pretty good time.
Mm-hmm.
June and July were fair. August was just very quiet.
Yeah.
So we decided then, so late in September, we said we gotta go out and can't put more money in.
We always try to give credit to the Mason Lodge. They own the building. And because they have been reasonable in their rent all these years, we've been able to stay. We didn't have to pay what most retailers are paying this time, at this time. And we did all the restoration in here, in this building.
Yeah, this building was plaster and terrible wallpaper and 8-foot fluorescent lights, and it certainly didn't impress you when I walked in here. So we chopped and chiseled and sledgehammered all the plaster off one summer.
And our school lights came from the old high school in Jackson. A gentleman came in my store in Manchester one day and said, "I have these, would you care for them?"
Wow.
Perfect. We tell people to come in and bring 10 friends.
Yeah.
But there is an interest in the building. The person would like to have it sometime in June. We'll do the best we can, but we may have to write off some of this.
What will you guys do?
Just slow down.
For Patch.com, I'm Tran Longmore.